What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here once again, and we are back. And before we get into everything, we need to address why we were away for the last week or so. It's been an absolutely devastating time for myself, Sim, for the rest of the family. It really has been a really hard week, but I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys that have sent in messages, DMs and everything like that. Your best wishes, but it's just been an incredibly devastating time over the past week, and we've suffered the loss of a very close family member, but I want to just say thank you to all of you guys for your support over the past week or so.
Yeah, it meant so much to all of us, reading your messages, all of you guys sending support in the comments. We've been keeping an eye on everything that's going on, and it's obviously also the people who've been helping us make the content, and Brian, Stel, Ash, Amir, everyone else who's helped keep the channel going while we've been away has meant a lot. I really appreciate it. It's undoubtedly been the hardest week, I would say, of our lives, for sure.
For sure.
So I appreciate all the messages, support. But yeah, look, we're back now. Might have to take more time off next week. There's still ongoing stuff happening, but really appreciate everyone who's been really supportive, and the love of the We Are Tottenham TV community has been out in full force this week, and we've seen it. So appreciate all of you out there and everyone who's been helping the channel as well. But yeah, still very hard time at the moment, but we're back.
Yeah, it's still very raw, and yeah, look, massive love to all of you. I see all of you in the comments right now, and all the comments coming through. Thank you so much, guys. It really does. Like Sim said, all the guys that have stepped in. Brian Daigle coming in from his retirement, coming back to help us. Unbelievable. Ashmatic, Brains, Sarah, everyone, Stelios. If I've missed anyone out, my mind's just all over the place at this moment in time. But just thank you to every single one of you. You've all been unbelievable. But look, life moves on, and we need to move on. And it's just hard to take. It's just hard to take. But when I say you guys are all with us and will continue to be with us, it just means the world to us. It really does. And yeah, like Sim said, we probably will need to take some more time off next week. But for now, we're here, and we're here to cover the game this weekend. Massive, massive game. And let's get into the
well, just before that,
stream.
a lot has happened since we've been away.
Yeah.
A lot has
We
happened.
actually won a game.
Won a game.
We were actually at the game.
Yeah.
We were at the game. We just couldn't cover it. We went there, just to enjoy the game, and we didn't do any content surrounding it. We were just there.
Last time we made a video, we'll probably resign to relegation. Like, nothing can turn this around. And
Last time we did a video, I did tell you, don't worry, Sim, everything's going to be all right.
And I don't want to go too early, but have to say this week Tottenham have really fought. They've shown a different side to themselves. They somehow grabbed a point at Anfield, unbelievably. Didn't watch the game, unfortunately, but I've seen the highlights, and it seems though he had a really good performance. And obviously Wednesday we were there, and we saw the fight the players were showing, and you have to say surely that was our best performance of the season on Wednesday, and definitely going forward, the attacking play and Javi, the way he was playing. And
mate, the biggest thing that stood out to me was Archie Gray, man.
Archie Gray,
Archie Gray, man, he is going up and up and up in terms of stature in this squad, in terms of his ability. He's a proper player, Archie Gray.
Absolutely, and he was fantastic. So, hopefully this week is what we'll point to as the turning point.
Catalyst, yeah.
The catalyst, but doesn't mean anything unless we win on Sunday.
Yeah, of course. That's all it's going to come down to. But signs of life, signs of a bit of a resurrection within this squad. So hopefully Spurs can not do the Spursy thing where we go one step forward and 3 steps backward this weekend. We need to ride on that wave of momentum now of getting a draw at Anfield where nobody gave Spurs a chance. We were saying 4-0, 5-0, 5-1, whatever it may be. We got a draw there. Probably could have taken more from that game as well. And, the Atletico game, we won 3-2 that day. But on another day, we could have gone through on the night if we would have taken our chances. So It's a shame, but we are out the Champions League, and it's just a single track focused mind on staying in this division. And I think we'll do it, guys. I really do think we're going to do it. Especially with all the fans behind us, and which we'll get into all of that.
We're seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully it's not an oncoming train this time.
Yeah, exactly. But there has been major developments in terms of the injury news coming out of Spurs today. Igor Tudor has taken his press conference, and he said that he's hopeful that Solanke could play against Nottingham Forest, and there is hope that James Maddison could play for Tottenham before the end of the season. On Dom Solanke, he said Dom didn't train, but probably tomorrow he'll train with the team, and I think he'll be available. He had a hip problem, but I think he'll be okay. And with Maddison, he says Maddison is already doing some interesting things with the ball and sprinting. He is positive. So that having Maddison back before the end of the season would be a major boost.
Absolutely. And he released, I don't know if you saw, he released a video about on his Instagram maybe of his rehabilitation and he was looking sharp, he was looking good. He was at some ACL rehabilitation centre, I think in Manchester, he said, and he was looking like, maybe it won't be too long before he returns. Tudor was pretty kind of positive about him. He was saying, Ali Gold said before the end of the season, but Igor Tudor was kind of implying after the international break, it won't be too long before we start to see him. He's, saying he's doing some interesting things. So maybe that could give us a massive boost, seeing him back on the pitch, and that could give everyone a lift. And we need his quality, don't we?
Yeah.
In this fight, that would be something major. Obviously, as who knows what kind of condition he comes back in, but if he can come back and give us anything from now to the end of the season, that would be a major, major boost. When it comes to Solanke, considering he's not training today, I probably think he doesn't start on Sunday, but we'll have to wait and see. But obviously with Charlison, he's playing well at the moment. Moani played quite well. On Wednesday, he seems to be finding some sort of form as well. So hopefully if Solanke's on the bench, that can give us a bit of a boost going into Sunday as well. And he's got called up to the England squad, so clearly the injury's not too bad, and we're going to need him. Yeah,
absolutely. So look, big boosts to have them back. Don't know when we'll see Maddison, but maybe we'll see him at some point. On Mohamed Kudus, he says that, so we have 3 weeks after the game until the next game. I don't know, probably some part of things within the squad, maybe 10 days he'll be back. I'm not sure. We need to check, but he's progressing very well and already with the ball. So again, like Kudus, you would imagine, will be back before James Maddison. If he's back in the next 10 days, that means he'll be back for the next game after Nottingham Forest, which will be Sunderland away in 3 weeks' time. So what another major boost that will be for Tottenham Hotspur to get Mohamed Kudus back.
We forget how important he was to us because he's been out for so long. He was literally our only method of attack for so long. And if we could have him alongside some of the other attacking players showing a bit of the form they're showing, that would be a major, major boost, wouldn't it? And we need him back as soon as possible. I think him being back should be that shot in the arm that we need to really propel us. I think he's such a massive player. He's got so much quality. I know he can be frustrating at times, but I think we saw early in the part of the season what an impact he made on the team. And obviously he was having some bad games as well, but I feel like under Frank we were just so focused on getting the ball to him, and he was like our one-man attack. And hopefully under Igor, what we've been showing last couple of games, that we can do things without him, or we're not relying on him. When you add that into that kind of attack, hopefully that kind of gives us another weapon rather than someone who we've just been relying on for large parts of the season. Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how we use Kudus now that Frank's gone, because obviously we bemoan the fact that he was our only method of attack and we kind of ran him into the ground. It'll be interesting to see the tactical setup now with Kudus in, with other players coming to the fore a bit now. I'm excited to see it. I really am. He also mentioned Paulinia back in training, Bentancur edging closer to a comeback as well. So all of a sudden, everyone seems to be on their way back and things are looking good. So in terms of a recap from what Igor said in the press conference, he said Solanke should be okay, Paulinia back in training, Kudus progressing very well and back with the squad in 10 days, Bentancur edging closer to a comeback, and confident that Maddison will feature again this season. So that all sounds very positive. right.
On top of that, Doggy and Bergvall got minutes in midweek as well.
Yeah, they look very rusty,
And
but it's good to have them back.
I think the minutes will do them good. So all of a sudden, the injury problems are very much easing, I think, after this Forest game. Come the next game. What's our game after Forest?
Sunderland.
Sunderland. So come Sunderland away, hopefully, you're looking at probably the 6 long-term injuries, and that's it.
Yeah. So look, all of that is great and all of that is positive. However, in true Tottenham Hotspur fashion, as all these players are coming back, we have to lose a player, don't we?
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh.
Exactly. And this player this time is Guillermo Vicario, as Damasio broke literally just after Eagles press conference that Tottenham goalkeeper Guillermo Vicario will undergo a hernia surgery in the coming days. And Tottenham have actually just made a statement on it in the last couple of minutes, saying that we can confirm Guillermo Vicario will undergo surgery next week on a hernia. The minor procedure for the Italy international goalkeeper has been timed to have minimal impact on our squad season, on our season as possible. Vicario will commence his rehabilitation with our medical staff immediately, and it is hoped that he could return to action within the next month.
Yeah, it's interesting. They haven't confirmed, obviously, whether he's available for Sunday or not.
It says he will commence his rehabilitation immediately.
Yeah, but it says next week his operation is.
Yeah, but immediately just seems like he's going to be out.
But his rehabilitation surely is after the surgery, isn't it? You don't have rehab before the surgery.
But I guess, I don't know. But if they're saying the rehabilitation with the medical staff will start immediately. So that suggests...
Immediately after the op, I'm thinking, isn't it?
It says immediately.
I don't know.
I imagine he's going to be out this weekend.
I mean, I'm guessing he's been playing with this, to be honest, because they're saying judging by the wording, the op has been planned to have minimal impact on our season. That sounds like this is something he's been kind of been playing with, and now there's a 3-week break. He's going to have this op.
Yeah.
So if he's been playing with it, what's one more game? I don't know. I'm not 100. I had a hernia three years ago.
I had one as well when I was about 13.
I had one 3 years ago. I was probably in bed for a couple of weeks, and then I was all right to get on with normal life. But obviously, I'm not a professional footballer, so I don't exactly know.
Vicario will be available on Sunday.
Well, there you go.
Alistair Gold, yeah.
So it's not exactly great to have a goalkeeper playing with a hernia. It's not exactly like the best case scenario, is it? You'd rather he's be fully fit, but as I'm guessing he's been playing with it for the last few weeks or whatever. So what's one more game, I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
And also, given the fact that he's having it over this three-week break, I probably expect him to be fit for Sunderland.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
Sunderland might be touch and go, but definitely the game after that.
Yeah, I don't expect him to miss loads, to be honest, because you can recover from a hernia fairly quickly.
Yeah, so I mean, after this game, this is 9 games to go now, right?
8 games.
8 games. So we got 3 games in April only. So I mean, there's not many games in April, and 3 games till then. So I think this is the moment. If you're going to do it, this is the moment, isn't it? That will cause minimal impact.
Exactly.
So, yeah, look, it's a shame that he's going to have to be paying through the pain. Does that kind of give you a bit of sympathy for some of the poor performances that he's been putting in recently? Has this been anything to do with it?
It's hard to say. If this injury is making him cause mistakes, then we shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have sympathy with the club over it. Maybe with him because he's playing through it. But
they did put him on the bench, and then we saw what happened.
Yeah, it's true. I know, but that pitch was crazy. Van der Ven was also slipping. I feel bad for Kinski after what happened, but I guess there might be an element to it where he's playing through his injury, and we obviously don't know fully what's going behind the scenes, and maybe that's affected some of his saves and stuff. Although he made some quality saves on Wednesday, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
There was that one save where he got deflected, and that was a world-class save, wasn't it? So he's still capable of making some great saves. Let's just hope he gets a speedy recovery, and hopefully he'll be all right for the next game. That's all we can say. Maybe Kinski will get one game out of this. We'll see.
Yeah. But look, that is your injury update, a long and extensive injury update. So even with, you know, Vicario getting injured, he's still available this weekend. And, you know, I think he'll miss a max of one game with the scheduling right now. So look, confident stuff. I mean, positive stuff. All it is positive. Solanke back, Paulinia back, Kudus and Bentancur on their way back. Maddison might see him before the end of the season, and Vicario is going to go through surgery, but probably only miss one game.
What do you reckon the odds are on Vicario being replaced with Kinski after 15 minutes?
Unlikely, I would say. Unlikely.
Who knows?
But yeah, massive game. Massive game. But let us know your thoughts on the injuries situation in the comment section below.
Football Memes just quickly says, worry about Kulu, and Tudor did say in his press conference, no update still on Decky, which has got to be a major concern considering we've been waiting all season, and the fact that we're now coming up to a year, aren't we, on his injury, and there's still no update.
You know, at the earlier part of the season, we were like, yeah, we're not going to see him this year, maybe in the new year, and that was being like... we were like, how can that even happen? But he's going to miss the whole season.
Yeah, I think so.
Miss the whole season.
The fact that it seems like we're no closer to getting it back is that's got to be a major concern, considering the nature of the injury and the fact that there's not much like it's a very rare injury. So the fact that we're now a year in and no update, you got to be concerned for him, for his career, let alone for Tottenham getting him back.
Absolutely. But look, that is that. Let's move.